So guys, I was thinking about my personal history while making a thing of noodles and also using this broken ass camera stand because the cops stole the other camera stand. Looking at you, Middletown, Delaware. Yeah, cops that are going to jail. So using my broken ass camera stand real quick. And we're gonna talk about how to prevent people from committing suicide. And for me as a person, I've been taking some time to look back at my life and the things that I've done. I've talked like a lot of people down. Like a lot. Like it's actually fucked up because I smoke a lot of weed and people often come to me for life advice because I've always been the guy that has his life on track, money going, working a job. No one knows. Nelson's off here, Nelson's off there, Nelson's doing this. It's like, yeah, I'm busy, nerd. Like, just straight up, you know? In every walk of life, you know? For me, it was kind of taking a step back to realize my godness with a couple of my different friend groups. You know, the generic, like talking to people over the mic. And memory stuff, so life. The thing that I prefer to remember of that discussion is like, MW3 straight up tanking multiple professional teams back to back to back without them actually being able to do anything. And they were at practice. Like me and like my one or two friends, I want to just have a second to remember my godness. I played against full-fledged professional level teams at practice. I got mad. I said, all right, I'll whip a sniper out. Whole team. My team said, bro, like, you gotta chill. They were like, they're gonna call you out for like hacking or something. And I was like, nah, dude, like, I'm getting the 4-piece. Literally, entire squad. I was like, no. Like, they just spawned in. Like, what are you talking about? Like, they're like, no, like, these are professional players, Nelson. And they were like, put the sniper away. Like, I was like, I'll pull out the ACR. Like, all right. Like, I was like, silenced. No extended mags. Like, just walking out of there as a freaking, like, 13-year-old. You know, so me as a person now, I realize that stuff is way more relevant inside of Corona stuff because everyone's upset, everyone's extra, everyone has these side effects of anxiety, depression, isolation, blankety blank, all the things that stem off of those things for free. And you have no idea how to deal with it. Well, Monsieur Nelson is here to help you and deal with some of the most darkest and worstest fears that you could imagine. And honestly, the way that I would bring this up, the honest discussion that you should have with your friends if they want to commit suicide on a legitimate note is actually privately approach them, be able to have a conversation with them, have some kind of semblance of like, you know, they actually want advice from you. You know what I'm saying? And then honestly, like, what ends up happening is the conversation, the 1-2 logical points that really should be brought up that really, you know, when I was a young kid and I had struggled with I had struggled with suicide ideas because I struggled with living with an incredibly manic depressive mother that didn't correspond events with reality and needed to take heavy medications to get outside of heavy depression spells that she would try to refuse to. And I was an adult inside of my household for many years. So when I turned 21, I considered suicide. But, you know, obviously 27, 28, 29 now. And that was the only time I did it. And honestly, worth it. But like, totally off to the side. Just to bring that up as a personal note, to be fair. The one time I would have. Like, way in the past. So, how you bring this up with your friends is the idea that if a person wants to kill themselves, convince them to believe that there's something more, some hope or something. So basically the conversation should go something like the idea of if you kill yourself, you'll only end the things that you could have, you know, and basically go like a 1, 2, 3. Be like, hey, like if you kill yourself, you decide to do this, you're only going to end the things you could have. And then a nice little like, you'll never have a birthday cake. You'll never have another beer. Your friend Sarah? What are you gonna do about that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, are you gonna, you know, make the person dingle the bells of hope and want in their life? A lot of times people that are wanting to commit suicide just don't have an idealistic vision of something that they actually want. Like the ideascape is really just them looking at what they're in and going like, I just don't want this thing, right? And then it's like an out reaction that causes them to no longer have a cup of water or a thing to enjoy. So the easiest thing to do for any person in any walk of life to encourage them to live life and, you know, get off of the little bullshit track of like, oh, I'm gonna kill myself, is literally just to give someone hopes and things that to point them at. You know, obviously you have to, you know, they actually have to like want to have that conversation with you. Life. I hate everyone. This is slowly turning into a memoir where I'm like, it's not about me, but it's definitely derived from direct life experience. And I have a full-fledged understanding that this is going to be like annoying. So like the honest thing is like, yeah, the nice one too. The honest thing is to give someone that. I want to find a way to circularly explain it better and kind of rehash up those topics. But I feel like I fumbled on it in the beginning, I summarized it well in the middle, and I need to eat some soup at the end. So, Spinner Boy Kittens, peace. And good luck with your family members dying from corona.